Welcome to another exciting adventure of On the Bench. Hey, you know, we're out here on the bench again today, and one of the things I get, gosh, at least once a month is string height adjustment on an acoustic guitar. I've showed you videos on that before, but today I'm going to just show you a couple of tricks and tips for how I do this. So let's get started. Alright, here I'll show you what we're doing. This is not the saddle that I'm using, but just for reference, I put the saddle down, I draw a little line around it, like I've done, and I show you, I write down what the heights were for each one, and this is actually what the heights were after I filed it down. Let me show you the jig I made here to do that. It's pretty simple. You make yourself a straight line right across the bottom of this saddle, how much material you want to take off, and then you put a piece of tape over it, and then you tape it down into this contraption here. It's just two little blocks of wood, and now I've only got like a mil that I'm going to shave off here, and that way I know I can keep it real even. So that's how we've done it. Come over here and get in this little mobile vise, crank it down, and then I just use this file here, and I kind of go across this way. I don't go back and forth like this. I usually go this way. I'd rather do a pulling motion than a pushing motion. It just seems like you get a little more even cut that way. So I'm pretty sure I've showed you this several times. Flatten that out. I'll just get these strings really loose so I can pull the end pins, and then I'll put this, I don't know, down here. I'm sure you can't see me doing it, but I'll turn the camera a little bit. Then I put this cable down here just to hold the strings up here so I don't have to take the strings all the way off. And then we'll go down here and we'll pull these end pins. If you don't have one of these end pin pullers, boy, you really should invest in them because they are worth a lot. Very nice thing to have. Alright, well, let's just move on here. So you can see here I got the pins all pulled. I'm going to get this out of the block here. I just taped in here. And it does go in one certain way. And the way that it goes in is like this. So we're going to very carefully pull these strings out of the way, and then get this saddle out of there. And you want to be kind of careful when you take the saddle out so that you don't mess up the ribbon. There's a piezo ribbon in there. Okay, I'll show you that in case you haven't ever seen one. And then here's simply the piezo ribbon down here. And then the whole point of this, having this groove in here, you want it to sit in the cavity, in the string cavity, like this. Okay, you don't want it to sit up there like this, and you can tell that one's got, by the angle break, you can tell that it's sitting in there properly. And the way I achieve that is I'll just get the ball in the hole, and then I go ahead and put the pin right over the top of it, kind of pull up on the string, and then that way you know the ball is pulling all the way up. There we go. I've had this tuner longer than most of you been alive. Of course, the real test is when you play it, but I mean that is at about, I'd say that's about 1-3, not quite 1-4, which is about where it was before. But the complaint was that the high E was at 07, and it was kind of pingy, and now I can see it's about 80. Not quite 90, probably 80, so it's up a little higher. The Fritz Reeler, which a lot of people really do not like, I think it's a pretty good one if you're just starting out. It gives you kind of an idea, and you got all the other measurements you need on it too. Of course, the real test is going to be getting yourself a cold drink and getting it out and playing it. I mean, that's what you're going to have to do, is play it, and probably not just one day, but maybe several days before you say, hey, yeah, this is exactly the way I want it. So, folks, if this is the kind of thing you're interested in, and it's not that hard to do, it doesn't take any really expensive tools, or probably tools you have around the house. However, if you're not comfortable doing this thing, please take it to a luthier, your local guitar shop, or you can bring it to me. I'll be glad to work on it for you. In the meantime, God bless you all, and rock on.